So yeah, waffle, 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 waffle. Hello ladies and gentlemen, we hope this video finds you well. Thank you to all the new subscribers, again, legends. We really seem to be making some moves at the moment and that makes me happy. So, not 100% sure if I'm going to have the time to get in the water this week, so we thought we'd bring you a little Q&A. There's still a small chance that I can get in Saturday morning and have just enough time to bash out a little edit for you, but I wanted to obviously bring you something. So I put up a little post in my stories on Instagram asking for questions, and a few of you got back to me with some really good questions, so we're gonna kick it off. Yeah, all that blah, blah, blah. Okay, I got all my questions on a bit of paper because I'm all organized like that. Question number one, nice and simple, from One More Swell. Who is my favourite pro surfer? So I'd have to say Dane Reynolds, always. I've always really enjoyed his sections, his edits, his style, his progression. He's just an absolute beast. And yeah, he really inspires my surfing a lot. So there you go. Next question comes from Ollie Westwell. And he asks what my favourite Cornish break is and why. Now, there's lots of places I could say, but I'm not going to because we keep them secret. But on a whole, you're probably looking at one of my favourite beaches and my favourite corners over there. Lusty Glaze has always done me well. Always managed to come out with a smile on my face. I really enjoy the shape of the wave. Yes, it closes out some of the time, but that's part of the challenge for me. I enjoy that. Trying to find the waves where I can get a couple more hits than just the one and done. So, Lusty. If I had to pick another place, probably Low Tide Crown Top for its shape and rampiness. Superb, superbly fun. So, next question comes from Tom Hosen, and he'd like to know a few tips and trips for intermediate surfers trying to improve their turns. So if I was to give you any tip, it would probably be to look at the body form of the turns that you want to perform. Everything starts to come down to very minute movements and placements of the body on the wave, and yeah, that's really, really important. Start breaking it down. Maybe try and get some videos of yourself surfing so you can see what your body actually does in relation to the turns that you're trying to do, and then obviously correct. One other thing as well is just try and get in as much as physically possible. The more different conditions you surf, the more you'll build up this eclectic knowledge of how you need to react on certain waves and sections. So that's another big old tip going forward. So I hope that helps. Try to keep it brief because that's yeah, there's a lot to talk about there. But anyway, so this next question comes from Alan Monger, and he asks if I do other exercise to keep up my fitness. So generally I've never really done all too much targeted specific exercise. I live quite an active lifestyle. Throughout the day I'll try and pick up my kettlebells or do some pull-ups at random times when I have the enthusiasm. I have a little pooch, as you know, down there. He keeps me very well walked and exercised, so we're always out a couple of times, and yeah, I try and do a little bit more upper body work because running doesn't really sit well with my joints or too good. But yeah, other than that, just no, not really. No specific routine. If you have one, drop it in the comments. Maybe I should be. Anyway, next question comes from Francis. Tips for late or steep takeoffs. So this is something that you know, this take quite a long time to explain. Positioning helps a lot with late and steep drops. Timing, that pop-up really helps. Knowing where you want to go, what the wave's doing. So yeah, just try and get up as quick as you can. Foot on the back of the board, keep that nose up. Or yeah, leave it there. If you want some really good tips for late steep drops and stuff, I'd probably check out one of Brett Barley's videos. He did a really good tutorial on sort of like steep drops into barrels and stuff, and it helped me out quite a lot. So that's my tip for that one. Go and find another tutorial. No. Oh, there's a bit of a step coming through out there. Woohoo! Moving on. Alright, this next question comes from a very talented lad called Dylan Robinson, and he would like to know what GoPro angles I use when I'm surfing and filming my vlogs. So Dylan, I brought my another GoPro out with me so I could hopefully show you. You'll probably notice that you can see my board a lot on my videos, and that's really important to me because I'm not surfing chunky barrels all the time. There's no point me having the camera pointing up to get that classic lip coming over. You'll find most videos where it's barreling, you will seldom actually see the board. You might see a tiny bit at the nose, but you won't really see much, and that's because their cameras are off. So that would probably be if I was in chunky waves looking to get that classic barrel, but as I'm not, and it's mainly just about performance, this is how I do my GoPro all the time. I put it in my mouth and then I close it down and press it against my chin. And that seems to work perfectly for me all the time with no messing about. But I guess it's trial and error for everyone because everyone has different chin shapes. And yeah, keep trying, but just aim to, if you want turns, you need to be able to see at least your front foot and upwards. Obviously you don't want to look directly straight down because that's very disorientated. I've done that in the past. Horrible. So we don't advise that. If you're looking for barrels, like I said, less board, more wave, more sky, you'll get that view. I hope that helps, Dylan. Keep shredding, my brew. Anyway, I am freezing cold. There's a strong easterly wind blowing at the moment, and yeah, it's always a cold wind. Always a cold wind. So yeah, waffle. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this little Q&A and found some of the things insightful. Hopefully you haven't just switched off and wait for the credits to roll. It looks like there's some epic surf in the forecast for the coming weeks, so I guarantee you there'll be some epic waves coming your way probably next Saturday. So don't forget, hit subscribe, watch another video, leave some comments, be a legend, and yeah, peace out.